Well, I get to be here and to meet people who read the books and say thank you for affording me the ability to make up stories for a living. I think that's mostly why we come out, is to have that opportunity to have the face to face and to say thank you. Um, but I think there's also um, there is something that I can offer in being visible and kind of being a cheerleader, for young women in particular. But I don't guard my tips and say, oh no, ladies only. But 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 I think that representation is powerful, and I think being visible and vocal
Hmm.
and saying, and I want to stress, I am not the first one to do this.
Right.
There are a lot of incredible women who have come before me who have done the same thing, who have been present and vocal, and gone out of their way. That's the reason I use my middle name. I didn't grow up using my middle name. I use my middle name so that my first name is Kelly. My first name is not Kelly Sue. I use Kelly Sue so that when you see my name on a book, you know a woman wrote that book. And I want young women to see that that's a possibility for them if it's something that interests them. Um, there's a guy I went to high school with who has two twin daughters, and his daughters, I guess, really enjoyed the Avengers movie, and so he was telling them, I went to high school with somebody who writes superhero comics for Marvel Comics. I'll probably introduce you on an email if you want. And his daughter, one of the twins, was so taken aback by the thought that that was a job that a woman could do.
Hmm.
And he wrote to me a really, really lovely letter saying that it had never occurred to him that his girls might not think the entire world was open to them. It had never occurred to him because he'd never been limited by his gender. It never occurred to him that his daughters might feel that,
Hmm.
and particularly because he'd never presented it, But it's a message you get, and so I want my name and my face out there saying, it ain't for everybody, and you got to work really, really
Hmm.
hard. But if this is something you want to do, you can do it.
I love
So,
that. Can I ask one more question?